Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening? Come on in to the dinner table. Your brother Tony have a good soul food meal for you this evening. You do not want to miss what's on the menu this evening. I hope that you brothers and sisters had a productive and blessed day today. If you're here with me right now at this particular time, my brother and sister, you are truly blessed because you are among the living. So, brothers and sisters, come on in, invite some more family members to the dinner table because you know we always come together and we have a good feast. Every time we come together, we have a good feast. So come on in, come on in, come on in. And if this is your first time at the dinner table, come on in, brothers and sisters, or move in a little closer so the other people they could come in and sit at the dinner table because we always have plenty of food. And as the Lord book would say, that our cup always run over. So come on in, come on in. How you doing, mother? I see that you have sat down at the dinner table. How you doing, Sister Teresa? I see you have sat down at the dinner table. How you doing, Sister Marsha G? I see that you have sat at the dinner table. And let me let you all know this. I'm talking on two different platforms. I'm live right now. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. I may make some comments to those of you that are on the book. Some of those on the tube, they can't see the comments. And some of those that are on the tube, I may make some comment, to you, but those on the book, they can't see it. But believe me, we are family. We are family. So go ahead and invite some more family members and friends, my brothers and sisters. Go ahead and do it because they need some of this good soul food. And I would like for you all to make your comments like some of you are doing right now. And let me tell you this, I encourage you, brother and sister, you can talk to one another too, as long as it pertaining to what we're talking about this evening, okay? As long as it's talking about this evening. How you doing, King? Just showing how you doing, brother. How you doing? Welcome to the dinner table, brother. Sister D Stewart, how you doing? I mean D Scott. Forgive me, Deborah Scott. Welcome to the dinner table. Come on in, come on in. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I speak on relationships. When I speak on relationships, my brother and sister, I speak on relationship from a godly point of view. Okay, from a godly point of view. As you know, God created the relationship of a man and a woman, but before he did that, God created the man Adam first, and he had a very unique relationship with the man Adam before a woman came into the picture. And then secondly, he had a unique relationship with the woman before he introduced the woman to the man. So when it comes to a relationship, my brother and sister, brother, you need to have a one-on-one relationship with the Lord. And sister, you need to have a one-on-one relationship with the Lord. And when a man and a woman come together, you better believe it's not no coincidence. It just happened or none of that. No, my brother, no, my sister. God, if it's the right relationship, because remember, there's not one man or there's not one woman that's perfect, but God will bring the right man and woman together. Some of you brothers and sisters, you may have been in the wrong relationship. And I can identify with that because your brother Tony, he have been in several relationships that were not feasible to him, meaning myself. I have been in several relationships, but the reason why the relationship failed, my brother and sister, I need to be honest with you. The reason why the relationship failed with me, I don't blame any of the women that I failed in a relationship with. I hold myself responsible. You know why I hold myself responsible? Because I got into a relationship doing it Tony's way. And that's what happened to some of you brothers and sisters. You try to do it your way instead of allowing God's way to be. And guess what, my brother and sister? When I got into some relationship with some women in the past, I had a relationship with God. Like some of you have a relationship with God, but guess what? I went astray. I did the prodigal thing. I thought I could do it my way. I thought I could do it my way, and my name is not Frank Sinatra. You all remember Frank Sinatra? He had a song out some years ago. He did it his way. So I did it my way. I did it the prodigal way. I went to the far country. I got in the pig pen, my brother and sister. I got dirty. I got nasty. I got stinky. And I was at the bottom. But I decided to go home to God. And when I went home to God, God seen me coming like he seen the prodigal son coming. And he put me on the best outfit. He put my shoes on. He put a ring on my finger. And he said, welcome home, son. That's what Jesus did. He welcomed me back in, even though I was dirty. I was dirty out there, my brother and sister, with women. I was dirty. When I said dirty, I ain't talking about dirty and character. I'm talking about I was doing some worldly things. Like some of you brothers and sisters, you have done some worldly things. Some of you doing some worldly things right now, but you could get out the pig pen. Get out the pig pen, go back home to the Lord, and the Lord, when you delight in the Lord, my brother and sister, guess what? He will give you the desires of your heart. And another thing, brothers and sisters, when you get in a relationship with the Lord Jesus, whatever you have done in your past with relationship, the Lord can make it right. Just allow the Lord to make it right, my brother and sister. Thank you, mother. Just let the Lord make it right, my brother and sister, and he can make it right. Because listen up. How you doing, Sister Sherry Smith? Welcome to the dinner table. Let me tell you this, my brother and sister. If you have been in a relationship, if you have been in several relationships, guess what? Just because the relationship failed, as of tonight, my brother and sister, don't blame that man or woman if the relationship failed. You, brother, and you, sister, take responsibility for what you did in a relationship. Because, like me, I could lead the pack, my brother and sister. I got to take responsibility for the relationship on my side. That's why I say I can't blame no woman that I was in a relationship with in the past. I can't say because a woman did this or a woman did that, that's why this happened. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. I had to take responsibility. But does that make me a failure? No, my brother. No, my sister. It does not make me a failure because I've been in a failed relationship. That's like when you go in school, my brother and sister. You could be in a class, or some of you brothers and sisters, just let's say you're in class, going back to your youth, you was in class and you failed the test. Just because you failed the test, does that make you a failure? No, it does not make you a failure. The only thing, if you think that you're a failure, you are a failure. Whatever a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So just because you fail a test, that does not make you a failure. Just because you fail in relationships in the past, my brother and sister, that does not make you a failure. So don't feel bad. Wash those tears out of your eyes. Look, sit up straight, and don't let nobody tell you that you're a failure, my brother and sister. Even those of you that have been through a divorce. Even if you have been through a divorce, that does not mean that you're a failure. Because believe it or not, there are a lot of people that are married. They are miserably married. They're in a house and it's not a home. They're living separate lives. There are some people right now, my brother and sister, they cheesing in front of you, my brother. They cheesing in front of you, my sister, like they got the good American life, but they are miserable. They are miserable. They are miserable. They are miserable. How you doing, Cousin Betty? Welcome to the dinner table. Cousin Betty said, I did wrong things as well. I went to God and I never was the same. Tell Jesus, thank you. Amen. Amen, Cole. Now, listen, we're about to get to what's on the menu. Welcome to the dinner table, my brothers. Welcome to the dinner table, my sister. As I say, go ahead and invite some more family members and friends. And while I'm talking at the dinner table, you, brother, and you, sister, y'all can converse with one another too, because I know you all can read the comment. If you want to make a comment to the other brothers and sisters on here, by all means, go ahead and do it. But stay with the content that we talk about. Now, don't go way left field and start talking about what you did last week. We're not doing that. We're sticking on the topic. But I encourage you, brother and sister, we're family here, so you could talk to your other brothers and sisters while we're here. This is what the dinner table about. We are family. We are family. But when some friends come in, let these people know that we are family and we like to commune with one another. With that said, on tonight's menu, will a man or woman change for his or her mate? This is on the menu tonight. Will a man or woman change for his or her mate? Think about it. My brother and sister, those of you that are single and those of you that are currently married now, that person that you with, do you really think that that man or woman going to change just for you? And let's turn around another way. Are you, brother, sister, are you going to change for a man or a woman? Are you? So there are some men and there are some women, my brother and sister, that want their mates to change for them. However, will their mate actually do it? So at the dinner table tonight, we're going to discuss this, okay? Now, I'm going to go over 3 words, basically. Well, maybe one or two. Now, let's look at the word called free will. What is free will? When I look at the dictionary, the word free will is defined as the power of acting without the constraints of necessity or fate, the ability to act at one's own decision, or to say it differently, free and independent choice, voluntary decision. There's another word that I want to incorporate in this. That's influence. Influence, my brothers and sisters, is defined as the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself, or to say it differently, the power to change or affect someone or something, the power to cause change without direct forcing them. So, my brother and sister, listen to this. Free will. You got to understand this. God, my brother, and God, my sister, he gave all of us what is called a free will. God did not make you a robot, brother. He did not make you a robot, sister. He did not make that person that you're dealing with a robot. You got to understand that. You got what is called a free will. God does not even control your free will. But with God, now you got to understand with God, you got a free will, but you got a limited free will. But you got a free will because God will gonna surpass whatever you say and do, my brother. So God will allow you to do whatever you choose to do. He will. God will let you do whatever you choose to do because you got a free will. He's not going to force you to do anything. But with God, there is a thing that called consequences. You got to understand that with your free will, there are consequences. So what is the consequence? You know what the Bible clearly say? It said, whatever man soweth, he what? He reap. So if you sow to the flesh, my brother and sister, you're going to reap the flesh, which is bad. But if you sow to the spirit, you're going to reap of the spirit, which is life. When you sow to the flesh, that's death. Spiritual death first, then physical death. When you sow to the spirit, that's spiritual life and then physical life. So you got to understand that God does not even bother our free will because he did not make you a robot, my brother and sister. So if God did not make you a robot, brother and sister, he did not make that man or woman a robot. Okay. So you, brother, and you, sister, you cannot control another human being. You got to understand it. You cannot control another human being, but there's this thing called influence. You can affect the person, but you can't control the person. Do you understand that? Influence. You can affect, because with influence, my brother and sister, there's a thing that called cause and effect. They go hand in hand. Cause and effect. Whatever you do, my brother and sister, how you doing, sister Kirkpatrick? Welcome to the dinner table. Whatever you do, my brother and sister, when it comes to, let's say, somebody that you're dealing with of the opposite sex, whatever you do, you sow. You're going to reap something. You're not just going to sow. You're not just going to plant a seed, my brother. You're not just going to plant a seed, my sister, and get no harvest out of it. So the Bible clearly said, whatever you sow, you reap. cause and effect. It goes hand in hand. So whatever you sow, my brother, whatever you sow, my sister, it's going to be an effect. How you doing, Sister Tierra Moore? How you doing? Welcome to the dinner table. Now, those of you that are coming in on the menu tonight, will a man or a woman change for his or her mate? Now, let me be very clear, my brother. Let me be very clear, my sister. No man or woman can change the heart of his or her mate. You cannot change the man's heart, sister. Brother, you cannot change the woman's heart unless the motivation is about want or need being met by the supplier. So if a man, my sister, stay with you, listen carefully. If a man stay in a relationship, quote unquote, for you, there is a reason. There's a reason. Because with every reason, there's what is called a motive. So what motivates the man to be with you, sister? Don't think it's you. Understand? Don't think it's you. It's bigger than you, sister. It's a spiritual thing. Brother, if a woman stay with you, it's not you, brother. It's bigger than you. What you, brother and sister, need to understand tonight, there is a spiritual thing going on. You see, my brother and sister, we live in two worlds at one time. What do I mean by that? Brother and sister, you are spiritual. You have a spirit, you have a soul, and you have a flesh. You are one person, but you're made of three parts. So the spiritual world, my brother and sister, it overlaps into the physical world. You got to understand that. So what's in the spiritual world? It's something that you cannot see. What's in the spiritual world? You have God, you have Jesus, and you have the holy angels and the souls of those that are with the Lord. That's the spiritual world that you can't see. On the other equation, on the left side of the spiritual world, you have an ex-angel that's called Satan. He used to be called Lucifer. Along with Lucifer, he got some ex-angels, which are called devils. So, and then on that side, you got the souls of the lost. But the souls of the lost is bad to say, but they right now, they're in hell or Hades, waiting to come before the Lord for judgment. Those that are saved are resting with the Lord. Their souls are with the Lord, and those that went into the other world, they're waiting for the white throne judgment. So you got to understand, my brother and sister, what we're looking at now is bigger than what you can see with your eye. And what you cannot see with your eye, my brother and sister, it affects what you do in the physical world. So now we're going to bring it back down. We're going to bring it back to the physical world. Like I said, brother, it's something about you that caused her to be with you. You understand that? Sister, there's something about him that want him to be around you. It's bigger than you. It's real bigger than you. So you got to understand it, my brother and sister. Now, if a man's sister, minus the Lord, listen to what I'm saying, my sister. If a man minus the Lord is with you, minus the Lord, it is about supply. You got something that he needs or what he wants. Even though he might appear to be a good man, but minus God, his righteousness, sister, is like 50 rags. You got to understand that. You may say he's a good man, but does he have a relationship with God's son, Jesus Christ? He may say he knows the Lord, but he really don't know the Lord. He know about the Lord. And I always use this illustration. I know about Barack Obama, but I don't know him. I know about him, but I don't know him. What do I mean by that? I have not been in the company of Barack Obama. I have not talked to Barack Obama. I seen him on TV. I seen him in the papers and magazine. He don't know nothing about me. And he don't, oh, I put it this way, he don't know me, and plus he don't know nothing about me. But I know about him, but I don't know him. You see what I'm saying? I know about him, but I don't know him because I didn't spend no time with him. I don't talk to him, so I don't know. I know about him. And that, my brother, that my sister, the person that you with, you know about that person. If the Lord is not in there, you know about them, but you don't know them. Even though you're in their company, you don't know them. You understand? So, brother and sister, when a man is with you, minus the Lord, it's about supply and demand. We're talking economics. It's about supply and demand. It's something that he needs from you or something that he wants from you. That's why he appears to be in your life. And the same thing, brother. If a woman is without Christ, it's not you. We're talking economics. We're talking supply and demand. It's something, brother, that she wants from you or she needs from you. So, brother and sister, you can't get this thing twisted. That's why you always, my brother and sister, when you get in a relationship with someone, you need to ask that person, why do you want to be in my life? And when you ask the person why you want to be in my life, you have to exercise, you have to be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. You have to listen. That's why you got two ears and one mouth, my brother and sister. You know why you got two ears and one mouth, my brother and sister? Because you're supposed to listen twice as much as you talk. Some people, they got one mouth, but they talk double, and they got one ear and they hear singular. So you got two ears and one mouth. If you could hear, listen more than you talk. Because a man or a woman, my brother and sister, whatever in that man or woman is going to come out. If you have a relationship with the Lord, my brother and sister, the Lord he give you wisdom, he give you knowledge, he give you understanding, and he give you discernment. So the wisdom, the knowledge that you have, my brother and sister, as you get older, my brother, as you will get older, my brother and sister, and if you've been dipping and dabbling in different relationships, you got some knowledge. You may have failed in some relationship. You may have been somewhat a little successful in a relationship. But the bottom line, you got experience. So with that experience, my brother and sister, you have what is called knowledge. So when you allowed the Lord to come into your life, when the Lord kept knocking on that door, you finally allowed the Lord to come in. And when the Lord Jesus came into your life, Jesus came into your body, Jesus came into your spirit, because when every man and woman comes into this world, my brother and sister, you are 2/3 of a man or a woman. Now we're talking math. You are 2/3 of a man or a woman. You do not come into this world complete, my brother and sister. Why do I mean by that? When Adam and Eve were back there in Eden, it was perfect. They were perfect in spirit, soul, and body. When Adam and Eve disobeyed the Lord, the Lord said, in the day that you eat of the fruit, you shall surely die. That's what the Lord told them. Now, some people say Adam lived to be 900 some years old. He lived to be 900 some years old according to the flesh. But the day when Adam ate that forbidden fruit, he died according to the spirit, because the Holy Spirit that was inside of Adam departed from him, and it departed from Eve. So Adam became 2/3 of a man. And what is 2/3 of a man? Listen carefully. When you look at math, 2/3 mean 0.666. I'm not calling Adam the Antichrist, so don't get it twisted. But when you look at math, 2/3, when you break it down, is 0.666, the number of a man. So when anybody come into this world, my brother and sister, you come into this world with a dead spirit. Every man or woman coming to the world, you were born in sin. You didn't sin, but you came into this world born in sin. So you got a sinful nature, my brother and sister, that is bent against God. So when you decide to let the Lord come into your life, you are restored. You see, your spirit is restored with your soul. The spirit of the Lord influences the spirit in you, because this one, and the spirit of the Lord in you communicates to your soul, and your soul communicates to your body. So you one man or one woman, but you made of three different parts: the spirit, the soul, and the body. You got to remember this, my brother and sister, the spirit, soul, and body. Because I told you we living in two worlds at one time. The spiritual world overlaps the physical world. So you got the outside thing that you don't see: angels, God, the Father, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the angels. Then you got Satan and the demon. They actually are around us controlling things. If you want to talk about chess, my brother and sister, you got God's side and you got the Lord. You got God's side and you got Satan. We walk around here on earth, my brother and sister, it's just like a chess game. You, brother, you, sister, and me, we're like pieces on a chessboard. But we already know that God always going to say checkmate. So you got to understand the outside influence, which goes to what I'm saying. Will a man or woman change hit for his or her mate? No. So we get a little deeper. Stay with me, my brother and sister. Stay with me. If that person is with you, minus the Lord, you are a supplier. And if you are a supplier, that person, so you are in demand. What do I mean by that? Some of you brothers, let's start with some of you brothers. Some of the women that you are entertaining, they look at you as a supplier. What do I mean by that? A lot of women, worldly women, brother, a lot of worldly women, they look at you, and I always say that they look at you as an ATM machine. Supply and demand. They have a demand. A lot of times, these worldly women, they just want things. Not need, they want things. They want your pockets. They want you to take care of them. And majority of these worldly women, they could look good, they could be fine and stuff, but they want to extract your resources. You understand? They want to extract your resources. They want you to have them somewhere to stay. They want to drive a car. They want to wear fancy clothes. They want you to get their hair done. They want you to get their nails done. They want you to pay for the girl trip. They want. And they don't never bring nothing to the table. When they do come to the table, these worldly women, brothers, they are liabilities. They don't even know the part that the Lord created a woman for the man. That's what the Bible clearly says. The Bible clearly said that the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. Worldly women don't know that. Worldly women think that you're supposed to run after them. Worldly women are not interested in your purpose, brother. They're not interested in your gift per se. Now, if you got a gift and they could capitalize on it, they're going to be with you. Brother, if God is elevating you, you got to understand it, brother. If God is elevating you, how you doing, Sister Martha? Welcome to the dinner table. If God is elevating you, you may not be a preacher, you may not be an elder, you may be in the entertainment world, you may be a political figure, you may be anything, but when God is elevating you, all these worldly women want to do, because you got to shine, brother. What do I mean by shine? You got the Lord's spirit in you. You don't need to be in Hollywood to be a star. You are a son of God. So if you're a son of God, brother, and the Lord is in you, when the Lord is in you, you cannot be ignored. Somebody gonna see you. If you are a son of God, you cannot be ignored. A light cannot be ignored. Case in point, let me tell you this, and I have used this illustration before. If you go in your house at night, my brothers, if you go in your house at night and the light's off, You come into the house and you just hit one switch, and you can have one light bulb. You can have one light bulb at the top of the ceiling. That one light bulb brighten up the whole room. You understand? One light bulb brighten up the whole room. You could see with that one light bulb. And with that same switch, you could turn it off. And when you turn the switch off, the light bulb is still there, but it's off. You see, a light bulb, brother, we talk about men now. A worldly man is like a blown light bulb. He like a blown light bulb. You are not a blown light bulb, brother. You have light. Jesus is in you. Worldly women, they will entertain an empty light bulb. They will entertain it. But when they see that you got light, they see that you got the Lord in you, and the Lord is elevating you. So when the Lord is elevating you, brother, light gets attention. If you notice this, my brother, if you notice this, my sister, at nighttime, let's say at nighttime, when it's nighttime and you have a light, what happens? That draws bugs and everything to the light. The light draws things to them. You understand? How you doing, Sister Jane? If you got the light, brother, you are a light bulb because you got the Lord in you. You the light bulb, but there's this little wire in there. That represents the Lord. That's what you got. So these worldly women, they see your gift. And they want to shine, but these worldly women, they just want to be around you because if you shining, brother, they gonna shine. But you got to understand it. Economics, we talk about supply and demand. You got something that they want. You understand? And once they get it from you, they're gonna drain you because worldly women drain things from you. Worldly women want you to change for them. And they would do manipulating things to change you. And brother, you got to use your wisdom when you don't deal. First of all, you shouldn't be dealing with no worldly woman anyway. Worldly women are going to try to change you. They're going to try to pull you from your path from God. That's why you can't be unequally yoked, brother. All they want to do, these worldly women are like leeches. They want to suck you dry. They want to get your essence. Once a leech get all the blood out of you, they're going to get on another host. And that's how these worldly women do, brother. They want to change you. Worldly women want to lead you, brother. Worldly women want to be in the driver's seat. And you could tell them, a lot of these worldly women, they got a lot of masculine energy. A lot of worldly women, what do they call themselves now? They call themselves bosses. Now, you all have heard this terminology going around, she's a boss, right? That's what a lot of these ladies call themselves. I'm a boss. Worldly women, because that's the world. The world acknowledge them as bosses. And they coming in with all that masculine energy. What these women that got all that masculine energy, it ain't nothing feminine about them. They may look like a woman, but they ain't got no. Don't you see what they miss out? A woman that's truly feminine, that woman has a lot of power and grace. A very feminine woman. So, brother, if you in Christ, worldly women going to change you. Worldly women want to change. They want you to run after them. Before you met them, brother, they want to change. They want to change the game. Because worldly women, that's all they do, play games with it. And we talk about worldly women in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, they want to change. They still want you running after them. They want you calling them all the time. They want you texting them all the time. They want you taking them off all the time. They don't want to do nothing. They sorry. But once you pull back, they're going to be gone. They silently try to manipulate you. Some of the women, and they got what is called that Jezebel spirit, brother. They looking for Ahab. And some of you brothers, that fascinates some of you. You fascinate at these women just because they look good and they got a little body that look all right. You get fascinated and you put up with that Jezebel spirit. And the Jezebel spirit type of women, that's all they want to do. They want to control. They want to take. They're not giving. Worldly women don't give. If the worldly women give you something, she giving you something because she wants something from you. And she's going to get less than what she put in. You see, worldly women, brother, they just like coming to the bank. All they want to do is withdraw. They're not going to put no deposit in. They don't want to invest in you, brother. All they want to do is change your behavior. And they want to get you, these worldly women, brother, they want to get you like a yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. And you know some of the weakest men that I know of firsthand. These men, and some of you sister and brother have heard it before. Happy wife, happy life. That's not God's way. Happy wife, happy life. That's not God's way. You see, you let the world influence you, brother, by a worldly woman. We talk about the Jezebel spirit. Also, we could talk about the Delilah spirit too, because you got the Jezebel spirit that manipulates. Listen to what I'm saying. Then you got the Delilah spirit that manipulates. Now, when you got both of them working together, you got the Jezebel spirit, and then you got the Delilah spirit controlling, manipulation, and don't care nothing about you. And they want to run you. They want to tell you how to jump. They want to change you, brother. And once you let these worldly women change you, you in for a treat. Let me go back to the Garden of Eden. When Adam and Eve messed up, God told Eve, your desires will be to your husband. What did God mean by that? God knew before Adam and Eve messed up, Eve knew that she was supposed to follow Adam's lead. She knew it. Because she knew that she was created for the man. She knew that God brought her to the man. So when God had to specifically tell Eve when she messed up, he said, your desire is going to be to your husband. What did God mean by that? He knew that since Eve rebelled, so if Eve was doing stuff on the right side, she's going to flip to the left. So God had to specifically tell Eve, your desire is going to be to your husband. This is what God knew. He knew that once Eve changed, she was going to try to call the shots over Adam. You know what? How she slipped up on Adam. And Adam messed up. The Bible clearly said that the woman was deceived, not the man. You notice that Satan did not go directly to Adam. You are familiar with that. Satan, I'm not saying men are better than women. I'm not saying that. But don't you know before Satan approached, you see, Satan, it was a deeper plan for Satan. He was getting back at God. It was bigger than Adam and Eve. He knew if he could get to Eve, he could get to Adam, and he knew he'd get to Adam, he could get to God. Even Adam, there was pawns to Satan. That was a thing between Satan and God. And what was the big thing between Satan and God? The soul. God want the soul. Satan want the soul. That's what this game about. A spiritual chess game. So Satan studied Adam and he studied Eve. How can I get to God? Which one of them can I get to God? Which one? So Satan studied both of them. He studied both of them, and he strategically chose Eve. So how you doing, Sister Teresa? I believe if God had not told her that, she would have bossed up. She sure would have bossed up. Because Eve, she knew when she ate that fruit, she gave it to Adam to eat. So at that point, Eve, before Adam ate, she became a boss. You understand? She became a boss. Because it was like, here, eat this. And what he said, okay, anything to make you happy. Happy wife, happy life. That's what messed Adam up. Happy wife, happy life. What Adam did not know. Yes, he did know. Adam showed that he loved Eve more than he loved God. That's chilling. Adam loved Eve more than he loved God. If we would have turned the whole picture around, if Eve would have ate that fruit like she did, Adam ate it freely because the Bible say that the woman was the seed, not the man. How you doing, Sister Toomer? Welcome to the dinner table. Adam made a conscious choice. Don't you know, my brother and sister, if Adam would not eat that fruit, God was going to have to remove Eve anyway. We don't know what, she wasn't going to be with Adam no more. But Adam said to himself, I'm not going to let you go down by yourself, baby. And that's how most men do. They cave in. Unlike brother Job, Job didn't cave in, and Job was not perfect. Job told his wife when she said, curse God and die, he said, you speak like a foolish woman. I'm not going to do that. You see, Job's wife tried to change Job. She called herself a boss. She's going to boss up to Job and say, curse God and die. She called herself taking the lead in a relationship. She tried to change Job, but Job did not let her do it because Job loved God more than he loved his wife. You see the difference between Job and Adam. Adam was perfect, but he messed up. Job was imperfect, but he didn't mess up. It came down to what we call free will. And remember what free will is: the act without the constraints of necessity or fate, the ability to act or one's own discretion, or to say it differently, independent choice, voluntary decision. So it came down to influence. It came down to, and what is influence? Influence is the capacity to have an effect on one's character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself different, or it's to say it different, the power to change, affect someone or something, the power to cause change without directly forcing them. You understand that? So, brothers, you got to listen up. The thing I want to ask you, brother, are you a son of God? Or are you a son of Satan? If you're a son of Satan, you are a weak excuse. You got to have a backbone if you're a son of God. You got to love God more than you love that woman in your life. Because some of you are with the wrong woman as I speak. Some of you are with a Jezebel, and some of you are with, if it ain't Jezebel, some of you are with Delilah, and some of you got Jezebel and Delilah together. And they trying to control you. They got you think you catching hell, like Natalie Cole said, and these type of women, they contentious women. They going to try anything to break you. How you doing, my little sister Renee? And let me tell you how these worldly women work. You know how worldly women work. This is how worldly women get on worldly men. You know what they do? This is how they do it. They say, well, no money, no honey. You all heard it before. No money, no honey. What do that mean? The worldly women, they want to extract everything from you, brother, and as a reward, they want to give you physical, how shall I say it, sexual healing. And some of those women, they dangle the sex in front of you, brother. We talking now, aren't we? They dangle the sex in front of you, don't they? If you don't do this, I'm not going to do this. And that's some of you married brothers right now. You married to a woman, and they controlling you with the bedroom. Think about that. So when you bend to their will, that's when they will be physical with you. If you don't bend to their will, they hold it back. They play games with you, brothers. That's a game a lot of these worldly women play. Let's flip the coin. Let's flip the coin. Some of you sisters, you are with evil men. You are with evil narcissist type men. When you first met them, they came off very charming, didn't they? They looked nice. They was groomed. They knew how to use you know how to use that vocabulary. They dressed nice. They had the six pack. They had the high end car. They had the house on the hill. They had six figures in the bank. They wanted to take you everywhere. They wanted to take you to Ruth Chris and all that kind of stuff. So they were sucking you in, right? Talking economic, supply and demand. So what they do, you did not know, my sister, these worldly men, it was like, this is what they really were. They were like drug dealers. You would call it with the bling. You was caught up with the fast life. You was caught up with the flash. They were flashing, and you got caught up with the bad boys, right? But what you did not know, these kind of guys, they were like drug dealers. What did they do? What does a drug dealer normally do? Let's talk about what they normally do. Let's talk about, let's break it down. Let's break it down to the common denominator. What they do. A lot of time what drug dealer would do, they would give you what is called a sample. Why would they give you a sample? They would give you a little sample of something like Coke, right? They would give you a little sample. So you may be reluctant and you're curious about it, right? So you were curious about a little Coke. So they give it to you, they say it won't hurt you. So what you do, they give you a little sample. So what you do, you put your nose down and you suck it up, don't you? And you get that instant high. You to your mind, your body never felt like that before. You got that rush, right? So you that's all you were doing, right? So you getting that high, you getting that quick fix, right? So you get high, and then what happened? You come back down again. So these worldly narcissist men, they use that drug dealer strategy on some of you sisters, right? So they sucking you in. So then they start giving you more, because they know they're going to get you on the combat. So they get you with these sweet words. They be doing all that stuff. They give you flowers. They call you in the morning and say, how you doing, sweetie? They send text message. All that kind of stuff. They take you to the finest restaurant. They want to take you on trips and all that kind of stuff. And then they want to pay your bills and all that kind of stuff. So all that, then they might say, you ain't got to work. You ain't got to do nothing. But we already know about this. God created the woman to be the helpmeet of a man, the helpmate of a man. God don't want no woman to be lazy. God want that woman to participate on that purpose that he gave for that man. When God designed Eve, he did not design Eve to sit on no log and file her fingernails. God did not create Eve for that. God don't create his daughters to be lazy. God create women that are virtuous women. If you don't know what virtuous women are, I don't have time, but I can tell you it's in Proverbs 33. You could, when you have the time, you could do that. Sister Teresa said, that's what Paul said. Don't defraud one in Corinthians 7:5. What Sister Teresa talking about, this is what Sister Teresa talking about. There was a problem in Corinth. And what was the problem? Men and women, they did. Married men and women, let me get it straight. Married men and women, Paul had to specifically tell them, don't hold back on the physical part of the relationship. That's what Sister Teresa talked about in 1 Corinthians 7:5. Because Paul had to specifically tell them, he told the woman and the husband, he said, husband, your body is not your body, it's your wife's body. That's what a lot of worldly people don't know. And then he told the women, the wife, he said, your body is not your body, it's your husband's body. And the same thing till he told the husband, your body is not your body, it's your wife. So there are some husbands too that don't want to give their wife physical pleasure. And you know why I know? Because I have this side thing. I do counseling on the side. And one of the biggest things that women, married women, complain about, believe it or not, brothers, and some of you sisters, the biggest thing most women talk about that I counsel, they basically say, I'm talking about married women, they say, my husband don't want to touch me no more. Can you believe that? That's what most women talk to me about. They say, my husband don't want to touch me no more. Is he impotent? Do you think he impotent, Brother Tony? I said, he might not be impotent, because that's the first thing women think about when it seems like a man doesn't get aroused towards a woman. The first thing most women think, he impotent. That's not the truth, sister. Now, in some cases, it could be the truth. Like if he might might have a blood problem. Like he could be a diabetic. He could have some issues going on with his body where he need to go to the doctor. Or, sister, listen up. Just because, and I have to tell these married sisters this, that I counsel, it could be something that he got against you. Because in order for a man to get aroused, this is a sidebar conversation. In order for a man to get aroused, it starts in his mind first. And when it starts in his mind first, he has to have a blood flow. And the blood flow, what does the blood flow do? The blood flow goes down there at the bottom. You all know what I'm talking about. So when the blood goes down to the bottom, it causes the penis to expand. Come on, sister, think. The man got to be aroused first in the mind if he have a healthy body. But if the man got something against you, that's going to affect the blood flow. And I'm talking about married men and married women. So don't think all the time, sister, that he's impotent. Now, if you are impotent, this is a sidebar conversation. Brother, if you are impotent and you know you impotent, go to your doctor. Go to your doctor and say, look, I got a problem down there. That's just like this. You see that woman right there? If I had a problem down there, if I had a problem, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to say, look, doctor, I need help. He's going to say, Tony, what help you need? I say, doctor, my wife, she want me, but I can't deliver. And he probably said, what you mean? I can't get aroused. That's what I would say. I say, I can't get aroused. I need help. You see, some men refuse to get help from the doctor. This is what some men do. And some of you married sisters, you may know about this. Yeah, or you might not be married and you know about this. Let me tell you this. What some women have told me. Remember, I do the counseling. Some men about to perform physical with the woman, and he cannot get a full erection, right? So if the man cannot get a full erection, and then it take an erection to penetrate the wife, right? The man have to have a full erection to penetrate the wife. If the man doesn't have a nice blood flow, he cannot expand. So if the man cannot expand and he's half firm, what's going to happen? When he try to penetrate the woman, he's going to bend. And if the man he's trying to force it in the woman. He's trying to force it, but he can't do it because he don't have the proper blood flow. So if he doesn't have the proper blood flow, he's going to bend. So what's going to happen? The wife going to get frustrated because she ready. She like Niagara Falls. She not like the Sahara Desert. She like Niagara Falls. She ready, but he can't do it. He can't deliver. So what he going to do? He's going to frustrate the woman. Some of you sisters know exactly what I'm talking about. The married ones, and some of you that ain't married, you all know what I'm talking about. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You want to raise your hand? I don't think y'all do, but some of you, you know what I'm talking about. So he can't perform, so he get frustrated. And what the natural thing that the natural man would do when he get frustrated, when he can't perform physically with a woman, he gonna probably try to switch it and make it seem like she got the problem. That's what most men do. They're gonna flip it on the woman and make it seem like she got the problem while they can perform, instead of fessing up and saying, look, I got a problem. I need to go to the doctor. And while I'm on this subject, sisters, let me tell you this, sisters, some of you that like to go blabber your mouth to everybody. If your man have a problem in that department, stop going telling your girlfriend that your man can't deliver. Stop going to your office telling people that your man can't deliver. That's a conversation between you and your man. Brother, if you got that problem, go to the doctor. They got Viagra. They got Cialis. Hopefully you don't have to get that device put down there. But they got some stuff, brother. If you got a blood pressure problem, some of you, brother, you got to understand that some of you taking blood pressure pill too, right? What the blood pressure pill do? It's supposed to lower your blood pressure, right? Some of you, y'all got the wrong dosage. You're gonna have, excuse me, you may have to get your blood pressure pill modified. And the doctor will probably have to prescribe something to enhance your libido. So if the doctor gives you something to enhance your libido, then you would be like you used to be with your wife. That's a conversation between you and your wife. And let me tell you something, some of you sisters too. I have counseled some of you, and some of you I haven't counseled, but it's free of charge because you're getting it free. What you need to do not demean the man and don't take no pop shots at him. Like if you get in an argument with your man, don't start talking about him down there because that's the worst thing you could do. If you start talking about that down there, you probably going to cut it all off then. You got to have compassion, sister. And let me tell you, some of you women, some of you married women that listening to me live, or some of you that going to see me when I put it out there on the book and on the tube, listen up. Listen very, very carefully. Do not go around up. Don't tell other men about that. Because you see, if you tell other men about that, they going to manipulate you because they want to be the handyman. They want to be the milkman. They want to be the insurance man. They want to do all this stuff. So if your husband can't deliver and you go and telling the other men, they're gonna try to make up for what your husband not doing. Then when they try to make up for what your husband not doing, then you're gonna get blindsided, you're gonna get bamboozled, and then what you're going to do, you going to get soul tied with another man. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna get soul tied to another man, and then when that man, then you're gonna fall in love with him, and because you're gonna mix up love and loneliness because he just gave you sex. Don't you know, my brother and sister, it's some women, and I advise some of these wives, I said, don't go around no other men. I said, don't go around no other men. Why? I said, because you vulnerable and you don't know it. You very vulnerable and don't know it. Now, let me get back on my subject. That was free of charge. But anyway, back to, will a man or woman change for his or her mate? Sisters, you got these men that, remember we talk about economic supply and demand. Most of the time, these narcissist men, when they suck you in, they want to become what is called a puppeteer. What is a puppeteer? They want to pull your strings. It's about control to them. They wanted to get where The world revolves around them. You revolves around them. So what they do, they knock you down. They knock you down and tell you, you ain't this. You need to lose weight. You need to do all this. So, but you know the other men be telling you how attractive you are, right? But this particular man, he tried to beat you down, right? So he tried to control you and make you to do certain changes. You see what I'm saying? He tried to make you do certain changes, but you don't, sister, don't listen to these men that try to make you change for them. The narcissist type of individual, don't do it. He wasn't talking about your cellulites and stuff before he met you. Why he want to talk about them now? And then that's when they put those fleas on you because they dogging you out. And then you go tell everybody, you tell your family, you tell your friends, you tell social media how bad this man doing, and all you doing is giving people a free show. Don't you know, sisters, why you want to give your family, your friends, and social media a glimpse into your life? They're not counselors, but they want to tell you what they need to do. Most of the people that you go and tell your problem to, sister, their relationships are regular. Most of them, they don't even have a relationship, but you think they Dr. Phil, right? You got the female and the male Dr. Phil, so you go tell everybody. Don't, brother and sister, you cannot make your mate change. God gave them a free will. He gave you a free will. God don't even interfere with your free will. How you doing, Sister Martina? Welcome to the dental. God don't even do nothing with your free will. You got a limited free will now. Now God will snuff you out, but you got a limited free will. God let you do what you choose to do. Like he let Adam and Eve do what they chose to do. But he gave them boundaries. But they got a free will. You got boundaries and you got a free will. You got influence. Brother and sister, you can try to influence them to do what is right. You can try to influence them to do what is right, but you can't make them. You all heard of this little thing called, you could take a horse to the water, but you cannot make him drink it. You cannot. You can't make a horse drink water unless he's thirsty. You got free will. A man or woman can't make you do anything, brothers and sisters. They can't make you. Even God don't make you do nothing, brother, sister. Even when Jesus died and gave and washed you in his blood, he still don't make you do nothing. You got to willfully allow the Lord in your life. You got to willfully follow the Lord. He's not going to force you to do anything. Now, about to change. Remember on the menu, will a man or woman change for his or her mate? The first thing a man and woman have to do to be a better man for a woman or a better woman for a man, that man and woman must invite Jesus into his or her life. You see, Jesus is the only one that could change your heart, brother, or your heart, sister. No man, no woman can change your heart. Only Jesus. Without Jesus, your heart going to turn on its own. It's going to become dark. It's going to become darker and darker and darker. But when Jesus is in your life, brother, when Jesus is in your life, sister, when you are in a relationship, you going to change into the likeness of Jesus. You understand? So when Jesus is in your life, God is molding you into his son's image. God is not molding you, brother, into the image of the woman, what she wants. Sister, God is not molding the man into the image that you want. God is changing the man into the image of his son, Jesus. God is changing the woman into the image of his son, Jesus. And when God changed the man into the image of his son Jesus, when God had changed the woman to the image of his son Jesus, that man or that woman, they are going to do some things for you, brother and sister, that you don't even know what to ask for. When God is in a man, he teaches, he guides, he shows that man how to love his woman the right way. When God is in a woman, he teaches, guides, and shows that woman how to respect her husband the right way. God is the only one that could change a man's heart for the better. You see, when the Lord comes into a man or woman life, he gives you what is called a new heart. That's the clincher, my brother and sister. God give you a new heart. Before the Lord come into your life, you got an old dog heart. Every man and woman that come into this world, even the little babies, you know those little babies that you get over when they first born, you say, ooh, ooh, goo, 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 goo. They got a dog heart because they came into the world in sin. Every child that come into the world has the nature of Adam, the first Adam. When that child get at a point in his or her life, that child has to make a decision to have Jesus come in. Jesus is called the second Adam. You got to understand it, my brother and sister. I tell you, it's bigger than what you think. Some of you, when you saw that title today, will a man or woman change for his or her mate? You didn't even know we were going to get into this magnitude, did you? You didn't know it, but it's deep. I told you, my brother and sister, we're living in two worlds that overlap, the spiritual world and the physical world. Only Jesus, brother, he could help you to change, but it's not for that woman. It's for a bigger purpose. Sister, when only Jesus could have you change, but it's not for that man, it's for a bigger purpose. But, brother, if the Lord changes you, that woman that's in your life, she's going to benefit. She's going to get some of the benefits from it. Sister, when you change, that man is going to get some of the benefits from it. You, brother, when you get the Lord in you and you're in a relationship with a woman, you're going to blow that woman away. You're going to do some things that she doesn't even dream of. You're going to be doing, I always say, you're going to be doing a whole bunch of just because. And sister, when Jesus come into you, you're going to do some things that's going to blow that man away because sister, you never had a man like a man of God. Brother, you never had a woman like a woman of God. Even though the man is imperfect, the woman is imperfect, but you never had a son or daughter of God. You only been tasting the world. Once you get beyond the world and you get with a man or woman that has God as their father, the relationship that you're going to have is going to blow your mind away. You're going to be getting up sometime. You're going to say, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm in a relationship with this man, this woman, and I'm used to being in a relationship with worldly men and worldly women, and we used to have stupid arguments, stupid fights. Don't say nothing to me. Don't call me. Walking in the same house, you walk by one another, and it's summertime, but it's wintertime in the house 24/7. You don't even have to turn the air conditioner on. You don't talk. You don't want to talk to one another. The Lord is not at home. When you in the right relationship with someone, my brother and sister, the Lord changed you for his benefit first and your spouse and the world. Because when the Lord is in you, he's molding you to be like his son Jesus. Why? Because he wants your life to reflect his son Jesus so you can help recruit people to be saved. It's bigger than your mate. But with your mate in there, the world will see you, brother, and you, sister, you are an image of Christ's relationship with the church. Because Jesus is like the bridegroom or the husband. The woman is like the church, the bride or the wife. So you, brother, and you, sister, you are the only example some people see, because majority of the people are not going to read God's word called the Bible. So you, the living Bible, my brother and sister, in front of the world. If you're a son or daughter of God, you're going to get attention. Not only are you going to get attention from spiritual men and spiritual women, you're going to get a whole bunch of attention from the world, because guess what? You, my brother, and you, my sister, you are a particular person or people. You go against the grain. Worldly men, brothers and sisters, worldly women, brothers and sisters, they're going to wonder, they're going to say you strange. And you're not in the group cameo, but they're going to say you strange. They're going to be watching you. And they're not even going to play the record by Rockwell and Michael Jackson. Somebody watching you. They ain't going to do that. They're going to just be watching you. You're going to be a spectacle to them. Not only are the worldly men and women going to be looking at you, guess who else going to be looking at you? Angels going to be watching you. Those angels that God put around you, they're going to be watching you. Those devils that you can't see, they're going to be watching you. You're going to be a spectacle. Because you were called out, brothers. You was called out, sister. You were called out of the world, but you were in the world. You can't help but to get attention, because you got the light, my brother, and you got the light, my sister, of Jesus Christ. So you cannot be ignored. You are a hot commodity, brothers. You are a hot commodity, sister. You single brother, sister, you are a hot commodity. You are in demand. The world wants you. The world want what you got, but they don't want what's in you. They don't want him that's in you, but they want what you got. Because you see, when the Lord is in you, you're going to have some stuff in you that they want. They want to drain your energy. Worldly men and worldly women want to drain your energy. They want to change you. They want you to be a part of the world. Something, if you talk to a worldly man or woman, they're going to be asking you questions. Do you do this? Do you do that? And when you say, no, I'm not into that, I'm not going to go there, they're going to say, you strange. Is something wrong with you going there? Is something wrong with you doing it? That's what the world men and women going to do. Then they're going to try to change it. They're going to say, that won't hurt you. It don't hurt me. It don't hurt everybody doing it. That's what these worldly men and women going to say. Everybody doing it. But you're not everybody. You like a salmon. You swimming upstream. You're not the other fish that go with the current. You see, wide is the way that lead to the destruction, and many going to go that way. But the narrow is the way that leads to what? The truth and life. And only a few find it. Brothers and sisters, you are in the narrow lane. So the narrow lane belongs to God's sons and daughters. You cannot be unequally yoked. And when God bring the brother, when God bring the right woman into you, she's not going to try to change you. She's going to accept you for who you are. Sister, when God calls the right man to find you, he's going to accept you for who you are, but not for what you have. And that, you see, godly men and godly women, what the Lord language? We, us, and our. What the world language? Me, myself, and I. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Thank you for being at the dinner table. You could take some of this good soul food home with you. Share with other brothers. Share with other sisters. You know, I got plenty of it. You don't have to be here with me at the dinner table. I'm going to clean it up so you can go home and get you some good sleep. And Lord willing, I'm going to see you, brother and sister, tomorrow. If you are on the tube or the book, go ahead and share, like, make your comments. And thank you so much, my brother and sister, because you could have been doing something else, okay? You could have really been doing something else. But I love you, brother. I love you, sister. And I hope that I imparted some things to you that are important. A man or woman, you cannot change another man or woman. He or she cannot change you. Only the Lord can change you, brother, and you, sister, to be a better man or a better woman. You all have a good night. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Peace out.